diploma in English. By 2019, she was able to successfully complete it, and she has worked for 6 months in a government school as an English trainee teacher. After that, she was recruited as a spoken English teacher in Royal International School in Kigali. When referring to her literary work, she has written numerous of poems, and she has won from them also. She was among the three Sri Lankans who were honored with literature awards by India. In the last year, she wrote her first poetry book, Little Words of Inspiration, and it was published in New Delhi. She always used to say, creativity is a tool for my success, and I believe in self confidence. Her dream is to win a Nobel Prize in Literature. Wow, what a dream you won. Well, first of all, I would like to say all the best that you would definitely win this Nobel Prize. And
Thank
today
you.
we are
Thank you.
we are gonna talk about we are gonna cover so many topics here, related to literature, related to women empowerment. So first of all, I would like to ask my first thing that what is the inspiration for your writing? When did you start writing, and who is there any person who inspired you, or you have inspired from any situation? What are the inspiration for your writing?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I would like to say that, and I'm very glad to be here. So yeah, since actually, if I say from my childhood, I was really addicted in reading. Since my favorite hobby was reading newspapers, books, and everything. So I think that's the first step of my inspiration. And at like the age of 16, I was learning English literature for my ordinary levels and also for my advanced levels too. So there, I found some poets like T.S. Eliot, Robert Frost. So they were my really favorites. Still, I can remember their verses, like their poems, preludes, and those things. So they made me really interested to write poems. So that's the first step that I took as my inspiration for writing.
Wow, very fine. Ma'am, you are fond of saying creativity is a tool for my success, and I believe in self confidence. How this saying affects your writing skill and career?
Of course, it's actually it's because of creativity. If I say it's because of creativity, I am here today because creativity is my tool. Because of reading and writing, those plus made me really creative. And not only that, plus self confidence. We have to have self confidence because it gave me power to ink my verses. That's the main thing I must say. So, and also it gave me a power to kick off all the negative views and gave me more strong to be on the poetic field. So that's how I believe my motto.
Yeah, actually, it says that in tough situations also we become so creative that we start doing brainstorming and other things. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a very positive lines that you said. Creativity is a tool for my success, and I believe in self confidence. And I hope that you always believe in these lines, so that it will keep you motivated. Okay, I want to ask you some other things. That you're already a young lady of 25 years old, if I am not incorrect, is it? Because looking at you and looking at your experience, and it being a 25 years old and achieving so many things, this must think how what kind of obstacles you have faced.
Yeah, if I say the truth, there are plenty of obstacles because, as we know, if we take every poet and writer, they have come numerous of obstacles. Without any obstacle, they won't be a poet or a writer. That's true. I think
Yeah.
I believe that. So, actually, some there were lots of obstacles. That means some just since schooling, I was writing during my free times periods. So there, are my some colleagues used to laugh that some said, "What's the meaning of this writing? Why are you writing? Is there any purpose?" And some just said, "Just spending your time." you won't get any profit through writing, like that they said. So but I didn't listen to them, so I just keep on reading and writing. There were numerous of obstacles like that. They were the main obstacles. Yeah.
So, well, it happens with everyone whenever we are childhood, and when we start writing in our childhood, people used to say, "What are you writing? Why do you writing? Why do you need to write?" It's just a useless thing for them, but we should keep doing this. Definitely, it will work for us in future. And you did that. You did that thing, and you got the fruit of that thing also as your
Yeah.
awards. Ma'am, I want to ask people generally say about songs. I want to ask. I was curious about these things. Uh, Whenever we are sad, we actually listens the lyrics of the song, but when we are happy we actually listen the beat of the song. Till what extent this statement is relevant to our poems? Do we write, or I want to ask you, do you write sad poem when you are sad, or do you write happy or inspiring poem when you are happy, or it just comes to your mind that I want to write this way, so you write it? What kind of thoughts you possess when you try to write the poem?
Well, it actually depends from person to person, I would like to say, because we engage in several types of things when we get feelings.
Yeah.
So, mainly, if when referring to myself, I listen to songs, but my favorite thing is writing. So much of writing. When I used to feel sad, also I used to write poems. That's my way. I used to ink my feelings and sadness into verses, and it creates poems. And also, when I'm happy, when I get awards or when I get any achievements in my life, I used to write some like short stories, like these things. I take my journal out and I used to write. So actually, that's the way I am sharing. So I must say that when considering about myself, I
Yeah.
used to ink each and every feelings in poetic verses. That's how I share my feelings.
Generally, it happens that whenever we are in love, we generally write the love poems, very happy poems that makes us pleased. And whenever we get the breakup, we start writing sad poems.
Sure.
So I was thinking about it. So I was curious about it. I want to ask, uh, ma'am, I want to recite a poem, a dream, written by Edgar Allan Poe. In visions of the dark night, I half dreamed of joy departed, but the waking dream of life and light hath left me broken hearted. Ah, what is not a dream by day to him whose eyes are cast on things around him with their ray? Turn back upon the past, that holy dream, while all the world were chiding, hath cheered me as a lovely beam, a lonely spirit guiding. What thought that light through storm and night? So trembled from afar, what could there be more purely bright in truth's day star? With this poem, I want to ask you one more question. That you were among three Sri Lankans who actually win this award, like you have mentioned in your bio. So I want to ask you, that is obviously a very big achievement for any person to get awards for their poetry book. And I want to ask you, what was going on there, or going on your mind? What kind of thoughts you were having at that time when you were declared winner?
Yeah, actually, I was really amazed and I felt really proud because among the three, I was the young one. I was
Okay.
at that time. The others were like 40s, 60s, like that. And I was a young girl to be there, represented in there. So actually, felt at moment, sometimes I felt speechless by seeing the article that I was there in the newspapers. So actually, at other time, and another thing I want to say, before that, I just feel like, am I valuable? Am I a valuable person to the society? But after gaining a big award like that, I really felt oh, I am a valuable person. I have been giving credits for my works. So I really felt happy and proud about myself. Yeah.
Uh, Ma'am, I want to tell you one more thing. That till today we actually started this session in December, and till today you are the youngest guest of our sessions.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I want to ask you that you are a spoken English teacher, as you have mentioned in your bio, and you are an educator, of course, a spoken English teacher in Royal International School, Kingaul. How does teaching help you to put some rhythm in your literary life? I mean, does it really affects your literary life, or it's just as usual or casual?
Actually, teaching also an art. I
Yeah,
believe we all believe teaching is an art, and literature also some type of an art. These two are arts, right?
yeah,
So, actually, teaching showed me the path how to be concentrate, how to be patient, and be with children happily, like those things.
yeah.
So, when connecting teaching and literary life, apart from learning lessons to life, I came across learning about the society, because the teaching is a field that we learn huge lessons from the society with children and the staff and like that. So from there, I learned society, and it gave me a lot of experiences. So that experiences made me field to ink some verses, and it is where that teaching and literature made me connected. So that's
Wow.
how those two arts get connected. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, yeah, exactly. You're saying exactly right that teaching is also an art, so we can easily connect it towards literary activities. Exactly. Ma'am, I want to ask you that women are considered positively sensitive. Generally, we consider women very sensitive, so we cannot take it in a negative way. It's a positively sensitive towards everything. And as you are also a woman, so I want to ask you. This kind of sensitivity, what kind of role this kind of sensitivity plays in your writing skill?
Yeah, well, as a woman, as a poet, I always used to look at things positively, because in literature we normally use positiveness and also being sensitive. Almost all the poets, women actually are sensitive. So when applying this to my writing skill, it plays a major role.
Yeah,
A poet means has sensitivity, could has many sensitivity actually, if it's not really difficult to feel the life without poetic imagination.
yeah,
So with sensitivity,
yeah.
I used to take it and write lots of poems and do many types of literary creation. So it's true that women have positively sensitive.
Oh. So actually, being sensitive, it actually affects our writing skill, but in a positive manner. We can say
Yeah,
that. Yeah, ma'am. Actually, you have mentioned that one of your book you have got published. The
yeah, sure.
I'm forgetting the name of the inspiration is some little
Little
words of
words of inspiration.
inspiration. Yeah, little words of
Yeah.
inspiration. So, can you tell me something about that book?
Yeah, it's here. Hope you can see the book,
Little
right?
bit, yeah, yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that. So, can you tell me
right.
something about what it is all about, or where did you get the inspiration to write this book?
Yeah, actually, this is some collection of my poems. So I have here some favorite poems. That means I used to write lot of poems, and some poems were written in some several some actually as to contest and everything. So these are my favorite poems. However, I
Okay,
have this is my first book, as just as an experiment. I just wrote. There are seven poems and just small analysis of them.
okay.
So that's how I wrote those poems.
Ma'am, what this book is all about? I mean, what kind of poetry it consists?
Yeah, it's actually it's a mix. it's a mix. I want to say these all poems were written during the Corona pandemic period. So
Okay,
one poem is dedicated to that also.
okay, okay. So it is a mixture of many poems.
Yeah, it's about
Uh,
life, it's about Corona, it's about love, everything.
okay. Can we hear one of the poem
Yeah,
from this book?
sure. I will read one poem from my book, right? Just all of you. It's my first poem in the book,
Yeah,
Kite. Hope you'll enjoy it.
yeah.
Flying colors over the clouds with multicolored dreams, passing the rivers, mountains, and fields with melodies of hummingbirds. Freely, coolly, you fly afar, children waving hands with roars of laughter, jumping up and up. Storm the storm, heat, you're among the branches, torn and torn. Alas, you're
Wow.
blasted. It's my first poem, just a small piece I have written there.
Wow, actually, now I come to know why you are very fond of saying creativity is your heart and soul. I can found your creativity in these kind of poems. That was a very creative point. Of course, you have related
Thank
the nature somehow. Okay,
you.
ma'am, I want to ask you that yeah, you want to win a Nobel Prize in literature. It is your dream, and there
Yeah.
are so many people in this race. So, where do you see yourself in this race?
Well, if I say I'm still a beginner in there, but by now I feel somewhat I am in the race. Actually, I'm in the middle,
Yeah.
uh, and there are more miles and miles to be gone for my target and dreams. So I feel that I'm still a runner there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Ma'am, I want to ask you, did you get your award? You have mentioned that you got the award by given by India. So, for what book you have been given this award? I mean, is it the inspiration of Little Words, or there is some other book?
No, here actually these were some poems we written for the India Independence Day. We wrote
Okay.
poems, and
Oh
those were
wow.
got selected. We wrote
Oh,
poems
okay,
for that
okay.
day.
Yeah, India's Independence Day, 15th August. Okay, I must read it. I should read it. Ma'am, I want to ask you the next question. Uh, we all know that the Nobel Prize in Literature has already been declared, and it is the respected Abdul Razak Gurnam. He has won this literature award for Nobel Prize. So, do you think you can draw any inspiration from him, or inspiration from him, or you can learn anything from him?
Yeah, I just referred to his character actually. He was at times he was a refugee, and also he had come obstacles like us.
Yes.
So with I just refer to his writing career, and I felt like I am also there because he had used to write some thoughts and pains which comes to his mind in his diary.
Yeah.
Same thing I also used to do. Same thing as happiness and share and the sadness also share in my diary as well. And he has converted it his first novel, Memory of Departure. That was his first novel. So
Yeah.
like that, I think uh, actually I'm also inspired because I also write thoughts like him, right, in the diary. So I am just inspired now. I will be able to get it one
Yeah.
day in my life.
Yeah, of course. He has also got this award for the poem. For the poem, is I forget the name of his book, but it was on refugee thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
ma'am, I want to recite a poem for these sessions are on women empowerment. So I want
Mhm.
to recite a poem on women. So its title
Mhm.
is "I Am a Woman, a Voice, a Flower." It is written by Christina Theodore. I am a woman and I have a sensitive soul. My heart do enjoy the poetry. My heart is my consciousness. My heart lives and feels. I am a voice and I have something to say. This pencil I am writing with is the bearer of all my joys and pains, yesterday, today, and forever. I am a sweet flower that all poets want to smell. What kind of fragrance do I have? Is it the freshness of a woman wisdom? Or is she the sweetness of a girl? Actually, this is the poem that I found yesterday, and I found it very beautifully. It is written,
Yeah,
so I wanted to
it's
recite
really
it in
nice.
this session. Yeah, ma'am, I want to ask you: is there any poem of yours that is your favorite one, and if you want to recite it here?
Yeah, sure. Guys, it's about imagination, right?
Imagination.
I'll just read it. The golden ball kissing the horizon, the row of bats in line flying up the orange colored sky. Waves whirl up and up. My mind as waves flies to pass in a rush, clinging on numerous memories, at times as storm mind whirls up, at times as cool breeze clamps down, with pure multicolored imaginations, rushes to journal with fountain pen, to scribble down before imaginations die, happiness mixed with evil images, chill down the sweet melodies in poetic verses. Imagination, oh, my visible, invisible friend, never die down, be in my soul. You be buried with white flowers. With great honor, you be in heaven. So that's my poem of
Wow,
imagination.
I can tell you that you have a great imagination too. This is very
Thank,
beautifully written.
thank.
Ma'am, is
Mhm.
there any poet that inspires you a lot, or you draw an inspiration from him? Is there any poet or writer? Any?
Yeah, well, there were a lot, but my favorite, as I said you earlier, is T.S. Eliot. I don't know why is that the reason, but I love the pattern and language how he writes, how he experiments with society. The most favorite poem is Preludes of T.S. Eliot. I love that poem a lot. So that's the point. It made me to write more and more poems. Yeah.
Okay. Can we hear any one poem of his book?
Sorry, ma'am. From my
Can we,
book.
from as you said that your favorite poet is T.L. Can we hear
Uh,
any poem from his book?
I'm sorry, I didn't bring it here.
No, no, it's okay. It's just okay, casual. It's okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, I want to ask you that you're already a very young lady and you have achieved so much. So, what kind of message you want to give the budding writers or poets?
Yeah, of course. I would like to give a small message like this. It's a bit literal, I think. Uh, yeah. Close your ears and eyes for a moment to be away from the negative comments that are flying around you.
Yeah.
Hold your pen tightly. Swim in the depth of poetic imagination, and ink your words. You can be a shining star. So that's what came to my mind to give a sweet message for my budding writers. Never think about the negative feelings that are flying around you. Be have self-confidence. You can be a shining star.
Wow.
That's my
I'm sure whoever is listening this, whatever people are listening this, will definitely get inspired from your words, and you definitely inspired them. Ma'am, I want to recite a poem. As you said that your dream is to get Nobel Prize, as everyone has their dreams. I want to recite a poem on dreams. Dreams. Yeah, actually, it is written by Juice Pratty. So it is the dreams. Some are big, others just small. You have got to choose, can't have them all. Dreams, some come true, others sadly cannot. A few you remember, most you forgot. Dreams, some are important, others you can live without. For some, you will have to fight. but others are on your route. Dreams, some last a day, others a lifetime. Not only dream at night, but also at daytime. Dreams, some are possible, others are not, but you have to dream on. Sometimes it's all you got. Ma'am, this was the session, and it was very nice to hearing you. And we are very honored to have you here. That a young lady like you is is here to inspire the budding stars, also to the other writers and poets also. So we
Yeah.
would wish that you definitely get the Nobel Prize and makes everyone proud, makes your family, makes your friends, make us proud. In fact, makes this INKDEW literary platform proud. I would like to wish you this.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me once again. I felt really happy and glad and honored. Thank you so much.
Uh, Ma'am, before going, I want to request you to recite any poem from your book, if you would like to.
Yeah, sure. Uh, yeah, I'll small poem about faded love from my book.
Yeah.
Glancing at stars, waiting for the moon, sipping a cup of coffee with broken memories, recalling the fairy tales chattered till the moon hid among the trees, the sand castle broken, washed with waves, counting for warmth with unmelting love, eyes in pain with rose thorns, heart attack in fire, mind in a cellar as prisoner, murmuring the past gone days as a book that lost its pages, faded, alas, it's faded. Yeah,
Wow.
it's my point, faded love.
Wow. Well, now I want to take your leave now. So on next Sunday, we will also come with some great ladies of the session. So till then, bye bye and take care.
Thank you.